Survival Evolved. As you can see here, those will be explained later, but this would also be my base that we will be going in and looking at. Why I chose this base location would be because of the water source of the water that you will see later, and the room available that I had given to me in the base. For the gates are here for defense, so no one could get in if this was an online server for PvP, and it keeps the animals in. Also, with it being the metal behemoth gates, you can get bigger dinos in and out. So now we are going to talk about the building tiers. Here we have a thatch building, which is the lowest one. It has a damage durability of 1,600, and the thatch is pretty much what it looks like. After this, we would go up to the next level, which would be the greenhouse. The greenhouse has a damage durability of 2,000. It is a very helpful building, which we will see more of later. And then after that, the next tier would be the wood, which has a damage of 10,000. Kind of looks like a wood cabin, gives off those kind of vibes. After that, we have our stone, which would have a damage durability of 10,000 like the wood. It is a pretty decent one, but the next one is my preference, and that would be the metal at 10,000 damage as well. The metal wall is my preference as, well, you can paint it, and it is one of the two highest. Then after that, we have the tech wall, which is a lot of engrams, but is a good thing to have, which also has a damage of 10,000. So now that we have covered the building tiers, I am going to show you a crucial part of one of my buildings, which would be the water piping that I have over here next to my RGs. This water piping will lead to my greenhouse, and what it's for is a water source that characters can get water out of, and they can fill their canteens in it, and it leads to the greenhouse. So to begin this, you have to go down to a water source and get an intake pipe that will intake the water, and then you can build your pipe to wherever it is you need it. So, as I was saying, this will lead to my greenhouse, which will be the next place we will be heading. So, here we go. In the base we go. So, we'll come in and see this is the greenhouse. It is, well, used for vegetation that we will see once we enter it. And a crucial part of this would be the dung beetle. The dung beetle we see here, he is one of our crucial parts, as if you give him feces from a human or an animal, or any feces in general, he will make you fertilizer. Very useful little insect there. And then this is going to be a storage box, which I'll explain more of later when we go to our base. But as you can see, the greenhouse is very good for vegetation, and the water source comes from the water taps. As you could see, the water taps help with the medium crop plots I have. The crop plots need water, fertilizer, and a seed of whatever plant you find. So pretty much the greenhouse is helpful for making kibble for certain dinos, food for taming certain herbivores that don't need the kibble, and for food in general. So now we will head off to my base, which is another crucial part for your living. First, I'm going to explain the difference between something that could help you. you will first find that you'll have the engrams for a large storage box, which will help you with storing whatever you need, any material. This storage box has a storage capacity of 45 items and a damage durability of 2,400. But once you get higher in levels, you can move yourself up to a vault, which has a higher capacity of 350 items it can hold, with a damage durability of 50,000. So now we'll go into the base where all of the stuff will be built and also created. So here we have the refining forge. It has a capacity of 24 items and a damage durability of 2,500. This refining forge would be very good for you if you needed to smelt metal and make gas. But once you get higher, you can also get the industrial forge I have in the room here, which will take what you would put in a refining forge and hold more, with a capacity of 100 and a durability of damage for 27,000. Pretty much what it does is it does the job of the refining forge, but cooks it faster. And then we have our smithy with a capacity of 75 items and a damage capacity of 1,500. The smithy is good for making materials, weapons, ammo, and saddles for the dinos. So after the smithy, you can go and learn the fabricator, which is pretty much a bigger smithy. It makes the stuff you'd make in the smithy 10 times faster, and it runs on gas, as the other one doesn't. It has a capacity of 70 items and a damage durability of 2,500. After that, we go to our chem bench, which would be right here. The chem bench makes gunpowder, bug repellent, ammos, and narcotics, which will help you with dino taming. But to have certain things running in the game, like the chem bench, you have to have a generator set up. So this would be your generator. It runs on gas, and as you can see, that yellow cable you will see on the ground would lead to a junction box, which powers certain things like a chem bench, a fridge, and other things. So, as I said about the fridge, this thing is really helpful in the game. The fridge will keep water and anything you put in it good for longer. If you have food in it, it gives meat, cooked meat, any sort of food, a longer period of time. The fridge will also keep dino eggs fresher for longer. And after that, we have the industrial grill, which, as I say, it's just a giant barbecue. Cooks meat and helps because it's 10 times faster than if you were to make a campfire. So now we'll head off to my bedroom that I have set up. So in here we'll have storage boxes to store weapons or anything I need in here. And I have 2 bunk beds, which are good for respawning if you die while out on an adventure and need somewhere to come back to. So now we'll come back out and we'll explore again. So come out the doors here we have, and I'll show you an interesting dino. Here we would have my Rex, who has seemed to have laid an egg, Oreo. Why he got this name was because, well, he looks like an Oreo cookie with a red stripe. And what these boss Rexes would be good for is boss fights on the map that you can go fight and And the Rexes would also be good for meat gathering, as they are, well, one of the stronger of the dinos. After that, we would have our direwolves, and a cool fact for them is if you have 2 to 5 of them, like I do, they will have a pack boost with an alpha around. The pack leader, you can hop on and he'll howl. If you howl him, he'll give the rest of them a mate boost, and as you can see, they start to glow, being the boost. It gives them extra melee damage and altogether makes them that bit stronger. After that, we will have our farming animals, which we have to go buy my 3 lovely Rexes to get to. I have them on the other side of the base, so it's organized and I know which dino is where. So, here's my animals. But first we are going to begin with the beavers. The beavers are animals that will be good for wood gathering, for supplies you need. Then we have the onkies. The onkies are good for stone and metal. They're good farmers, and, well, that tail does a lot of damage. The Doedicurus also is good for stone and metal. Gotta love those spikes. And then we have the trikes. The Triceratops. The Triceratops are good for berry gathering. If you ever need berries for the other herbivores, they are the best for gathering them. Then, behind us, we will have Manny the Mammoth. Manny here is good for wood and thatch. You take him out, hit a few things, and you've got tons. So, now you're wondering, is there anything that flies? Well, we have Argies up there. You'll see Angel and Nugget once we get up there. Angel and Nugget would be Argentavises. Argentavises in this game are good for travel, holding weight, and good for PvP if you ever need to dismount someone from their dino. Don't they just look beautiful? Well, once we're down from there, I will take you to the nursery, where you hatch and produce dinos. So, here it is. Huge thing. Here you will hatch produce babies that your other dinos will make. So, for some animals, the eggs will need air conditioners, which I do not have on right now, but they are also powered by a generator, which would be behind that door over there, near the fridges. It's the same setup as the one in the house, but not on. So, I have some feeding troughs in here. Those are my method that will automatically feed dinos while they are growing. Once they are over a juvenile, they will normally feed themselves from the trough. The fridges, as I said, they're for eggs, meat, and any other things I need to keep in here, but these ones are mostly for eggs and meat. So, that's pretty much it for my podcast, and thank you for coming. This is my base, and this is Ark.